A submarine is built on silence. For Russia, the Knyaz Pozharsky was more than steel and missiles. It was a shadow meant to vanish beneath Arctic waters, unseen, untouchable, and unstoppable. With 16 launch tubes capable of firing nuclear warheads across continents, it was designed to project fear, not just power. But on July 24, 2025, Vladimir Putin himself approved the vessel for duty, celebrating it as the crown jewel of Russia's northern fleet. Less than 2 weeks later, that jewel cracked. Ukraine's intelligence service, HUR, announced they had stolen what Moscow never thought could be stolen, the secrets of Russia's newest nuclear submarine. Not a rumor, not whispers, proof. 10 pages of classified documents published online, visible to the world. Crew rosters, technical blueprints, combat instructions. A vessel meant to be silent had been forced to scream. The shock was not in what Ukraine said, but in what Russia lost. The one advantage submarines always promised: secrecy. And without secrecy, a nuclear sub is no more dangerous than a ship on the surface, vulnerable, predictable, and exposed. But how did Ukraine tear open Moscow's most guarded weapon? That answer may be even darker. When Ukraine revealed the stolen documents, they refused to say how they got them. That silence spoke louder than words. There were only two possibilities. Either HUR had infiltrated Russia's navy with a covert operative, or they had turned one of Putin's own sailors. Both explanations point to something Moscow fears the most: infiltration.
But recent intelligence suggests something even more alarming. Reports from cybersecurity analysts point to a cyber attack. Ukraine may not have needed to sneak anyone aboard at all. Instead, they breached digital systems linked to the Borei-A fleet, pulling sensitive files straight from Russian networks. If true, this wasn't just a break-in. It was a demonstration that Russia's most secure military programs are wide open to enemy eyes. The fallout was immediate. The leaked files didn't just mention the submarine's weapons. They included details about survivability systems, flaws in its hull design, and even instructions for how the crew should respond in emergencies. Ukraine didn't just expose the vessel, they exposed how to destroy it. And if one submarine's secrets can be hacked, what about the rest of the fleet? The leak was not just symbolic. Ukraine made sure the world saw exactly what Russia wanted hidden. The documents revealed the names of every crew member aboard the Knyaz Pozharsky, their ranks, their duties, even their health conditions. What should have been locked inside naval headquarters in Murmansk was suddenly public knowledge, available for anyone to read. But that was only the surface. The files also included combat orders, showing the routes the submarine was expected to take in the coming months. They exposed construction blueprints, highlighting how the vessel was built and where its weak points lie. Ukraine even published maintenance records, showing issues like a defective radio buoy that revealed just how fragile this billion-dollar machine can be. For a submarine, secrecy equals survival. Every line of leaked data erodes that survival. Anyone studying these documents now knows how to detect the sub, how to track it, and where it is most vulnerable. What Putin wanted to project as unstoppable strength has instead become a user manual for his enemies. But if Ukraine had the confidence to publish only 10 pages, what else are they keeping hidden?
For decades, the fear of Russia's submarines was rooted in mystery. Nobody knew where they lurked, when they would strike, or what they carried. That uncertainty was their most powerful weapon. But now,
Ukraine has stripped away the veil. The world doesn't just know the capabilities of the Knyaz Pozharsky, it knows its limits. The survivability systems, once hidden, have been mapped. Emergency procedures, once secret, are now open source. Even the crew themselves, once faceless, now have names. Conflict analysts say this changes everything. A submarine without secrecy is just another ship. It can be tracked, predicted, countered. The fear that Putin depended on has been replaced by knowledge, and knowledge erodes deterrence. For NATO, this is a priceless gift. For Ukraine, it is a weapon without a missile. For Russia, it is a humiliation that cuts deeper than any battlefield defeat. But the biggest consequence is not what the world knows now. It's what Russia must do next. Because the only way to fix this breach may be to dismantle everything they just built. Russia's strength has always rested on its nuclear triad: land-based missiles, long-range bombers, and submarines hidden beneath the seas. Each leg is designed to guarantee a strike, even if the others are destroyed. But in the last year, all three legs have taken blows. On land, missile tests of the Sarmat and Yars ICBMs have failed spectacularly, some exploding before they even left the ground. In the air, Ukraine's Operation Spiderweb crippled Russian bomber bases, wiping out aircraft meant to deliver nuclear payloads. And now, at sea, the Knyaz Pozharsky, Russia's newest pride, has been laid bare. Conflict analysts warn that this breach is more than embarrassment. It punctures the very idea of Russia's deterrence. If Ukraine and NATO know the submarine's weaknesses, they can plan to neutralize it before it ever fires. The triad is no longer balanced, it is bleeding. Putin needs these submarines to project strength in the Arctic, to threaten NATO, to hold leverage. But if even one has been exposed, how many others are truly safe? Ukraine never revealed how it obtained the documents, but the possibilities are unsettling. One theory is direct infiltration, a covert operative embedded within Russia's navy, carefully positioned to access the most sensitive files. Another is betrayal, a crew member or officer who chose money over loyalty, leaking secrets in exchange for bribes. And then there's corruption, a shadow that already haunts Russia's military. Reports show soldiers have paid thousands to avoid frontline duty. Officers have pocketed supplies, leaving their men with fake or faulty gear. If bribes can decide who fights and who lives, why couldn't they also buy the secrets of a submarine? Evidence suggests both infiltration and digital hacking may have been used. Cybersecurity firms now believe Ukraine hacked into naval systems while also exploiting weak links among personnel. It was a perfect storm: digital access, human greed, and systemic rot. For Moscow, the most dangerous part isn't just what Ukraine took, it's what it proves. Russia's most untouchable assets may already be compromised from within. The Knyaz Pozharsky wasn't just any submarine. It was built for a purpose: to patrol the Arctic, where Russia is racing to expand its influence. Beneath the ice lies not only a hidden battlefield, but also vast reserves of oil, gas, and strategic waterways that Moscow wants to control. By exposing the submarine's secrets, Ukraine has done more than humiliate Putin. It has struck at Russia's ability to secure the Arctic. Every route, every combat order, every weakness now undermines Moscow's plans to intimidate NATO from beneath the polar seas. Western analysts warn this is a turning point. If Russia cannot guarantee secrecy in the Arctic, its rivals gain the upper hand.
Norway, the United States, and Britain are already boosting patrols, confident that Russia's invisible fleet is no longer invisible. The Arctic was supposed to be Russia's silent stronghold, a theater where submarines prowled unseen. Now, those waters may become a trap, because when a submarine's movements are predictable, so is its destruction.
This wasn't the first time Ukraine shocked Russia by hitting where it shouldn't be able to. When the invasion began, few believed Ukraine could challenge Moscow's navy, yet within 2 years, Ukraine had destroyed or disabled a third of the Black Sea fleet using nothing more than drones and long-range missiles. Russian admirals who once boasted about dominance in the Black Sea now watched their ships burn in port. Ukraine then expanded its reach. Shadow Fleet oil tankers, far from the battlefield, suddenly erupted in flames after sabotage operations. Drones slipped past Russian defenses to strike deep inside strategic air bases, crippling bombers designed to carry nuclear payloads. Each time the world asked, how did they get that far? The breach of the Knyaz Pozharsky follows the same pattern, a bold move into Russia's most protected spaces. And each time Ukraine succeeds, it chips away at the myth of Russian invincibility. If Moscow can't secure its bases, its bombers, or its submarines, what exactly can it protect? For Putin, the Knyaz Pozharsky was meant to symbolize strength. Now it symbolizes exposure. And that leaves him with a dilemma no leader wants. Option 1, keep the submarine in service. But if it sails, every rival already knows its weaknesses, its crew, and its routines. It would be a billion-dollar target waiting to be hunted. Option 2, dock the submarine, replace the entire crew, rebuild compromised systems. But doing so would admit what the world already suspects: Russia's newest nuclear weapon is unusable. Either path erodes Russia's credibility. Submarines are meant to project fear. Instead, this one now projects vulnerability. And the longer Putin hesitates, the more his enemies will exploit that weakness. Military analysts warn that this is more than embarrassment. It strikes at the psychology of deterrence. Fear has always been Putin's greatest weapon. But once fear is broken, it cannot be rebuilt. And if Russia's enemies no longer fear its newest nuclear submarine, what else might they stop fearing next?
The Knyaz Pozharsky was supposed to glide unseen through the oceans, a silent reminder that Russia could strike at any moment. Instead, its silence has been broken. Its secrets are public. Its weaknesses are mapped. Its crew is exposed. For decades, the strength of Russia's nuclear fleet was measured not in firepower, but in mystery. That mystery is gone. And when secrecy collapses, so does deterrence. Ukraine has proven more than skill, it has proven reach. If Moscow cannot protect its newest submarine, then what else lies within Ukraine's grasp? The Arctic routes? The hidden fleets? Or perhaps even the very systems that keep Russia's nuclear arsenal alive? No missile needs to be launched. No torpedo needs to strike. The real weapon has already landed: exposure. And if Ukraine can strip Russia's deadliest secrets bare once, who's to say they won't do it again?